Good day everyone and welcome to Learn English with Blaine, and this is your advanced dictation number 81, and in this video we are going to focus on simple past sentences. Simple past sentences. Do you have your pen and paper ready? Because remember that you are going to listen and then write what you hear. Now in this video there will be 5 dictations, and I will say each one 3 times. Do not worry if you make a few spelling mistakes. Do not worry if you can't write every word. You will get better with practice. And then after you write the dictation, please find the simple past verbs. Now here's an example. If I say, we traveled to Mexico last year, period. We traveled to Mexico last year. You would write this on your paper and then look for the simple past verb. Now, in this example, the simple past verb is traveled. Traveled. So traveled is a simple past verb. Okay, let's get started now with our dictation number 1. Dictation number 1. John arrived late at the business meeting because he missed the bus due to waking up late. Period. After the meeting was over, comma, John promised that he would never be late again. Period. Now, I'm going to repeat that 2 more times. John arrived late at the business meeting. John arrived late at the business meeting because he missed the bus due to waking up late. Due to waking up late. Period. After the meeting was over, comma, after the meeting was over, comma, John promised that he would never be late again. That he would never be late again. Period. Okay, so I will show you what I said, and this was dictation number 1. John arrived late at the business meeting because he missed the bus due to waking up late. Period. After the meeting was over, comma, John promised that he would never be late again. Period. John arrived late at the business meeting because he missed the bus due to waking up late. After the meeting was over, John promised that he would never be late again. Okay, now in this dictation, there are actually 3 simple past verbs, and I'll give you a moment to find those. And those 3 simple past verbs are right here. So John arrived late. John arrived. He missed the bus. He missed. And then John promised. John promised. So arrived, missed, and promised are 3 simple past verbs. Okay, everyone, let's move on to our next dictation. Dictation number 2. Dictation number 2. When I walked into my apartment today after work, comma, I looked up and saw these 2 dogs looking down at me. Period. It was a great end to my day because they were very friendly, comma, and dogs are one of my favorite animals. Period. Okay, now I'll repeat 2 more times. When I walked When I walked into my apartment today after work, into my apartment today after work, comma, I looked up. I looked up and saw these two dogs and saw these two dogs looking down at me, looking down at me, period. It was a great end to my day. It was a great end to my day. Because they were very friendly. Because they were very friendly, comma, and dogs are one of my favorite animals. And dogs are one of my favorite animals, period. When I walked into my apartment today after work, comma, I looked up and saw these two dogs looking down at me, period. It was a great end to my day because they were very friendly, comma, and dogs are one of my favorite animals, period. When I walked into my apartment today after work, I looked up and saw these two dogs looking down at me. It was a great end to my day because they were very friendly, and dogs are one of my favorite animals. Okay, now in this dictation, there are there are 5 simple past verbs. So give you a moment to find 5 simple past verbs. Okay, and those simple past verbs are right here. So we've got I walked, I looked up, I saw, it was, and they were. So walked, looked up, saw, was, and were are 5 simple past verbs. Okay, everyone, so let's move along to our dictation number 3. Dictation number 3. On the way home from work today, we stopped by the local market, period. I am so glad we did because it was very quiet, comma, and there were many excellent sales, period. Next time we go, I'll call you, period. On the way home from work today. On the way home from work today, we stopped by the local market. The local market, period. I am so glad we did. I am so glad we did. Because it was very quiet. Because it was very quiet, comma, and there were many excellent sales. And there were many excellent sales, period. Next time we go, I'll call you. Period. Okay, I'll give you another moment and then I'll show you what I said. So this now is dictation number 3. On the way home from work today, we stopped by the local market. Period. I am so glad we did because it was very quiet, comma, and there were many excellent sales. Period. Next time we go, I'll call you. Period. On the way home from work today, we stopped by the local market. I am so glad we did because it was very quiet and there were many excellent sales. Next time we go, I'll call you. Okay, now in this dictation, there are 4 simple past verbs, and I'll give you a moment to find those. Okay, so we've got stopped by, was, were. So stopped by, was, and were. And there's actually one more, and it is right here. So I'll just put that in red so you can see that. So we've got stopped by, did, was, and were. Stopped by, did, was, and were. And those are 4 simple past verbs. Okay, everyone, so let's move along to our dictation number 4. Dictation number 4. On our last trip to Mexico, we came across this waterfall. Period. Actually, I should say on our last trip to Mexico, comma, on our last trip to Mexico, comma, we came across this waterfall. We came across this waterfall. Period. It wasn't so high at about 40 meters. It wasn't so high at about 40 meters, comma, but I really enjoy these amazing wonders. But I really enjoy these amazing wonders. Period. The water made an interesting sound when it hit the ground. Period. The water made an interesting sound when it hit the ground. Period. Now, you guys, I'm going to say that once more, okay, and I'll say that once more slower. On our last trip to Mexico, comma, on our last trip to Mexico, comma, we came across this waterfall, period. It wasn't so high, at about 40 meters, comma, but I really enjoy these amazing natural wonders. Period. The water made an interesting sound. When it hit the ground. Period. Okay, so I'll give you a few more seconds to finish. Okay, and here we go. On our last trip to Mexico, comma, we came across this waterfall, period. It wasn't so high at about 40 meters, comma, but I really enjoyed these amazing natural wonders, period. The water made an interesting sound when it hit the ground, period. On our last trip to Mexico, we came across this waterfall. It wasn't so high at about 40 meters, but I really enjoyed these amazing natural wonders. The water made an interesting sound when it hit the ground. Now, when we look at this dictation, there are actually 4 different simple past verbs, and I'll give you a moment to find them. There are 4 of them that I see here. And here they are. Okay, so we've got came across, wasn't, made and hit. Came across, wasn't, made, and hit. Those are the 4 simple past verbs. This one, everyone, this is what we call a phrasal verb. So this is when we've got 2 words that make 1 verb. So came across would be a phrasal verb in the simple past. Okay, let's move along to our dictation number 5. This is our last dictation of the video, so I thank you so much. If you are still here watching this video, I really do appreciate it, everyone. I really do. Okay, dictation number 5. The other day, the lady spent several hours shopping at the market down the street. Period. They had a great time, comma, as usual. Period. They even took a moment to have an ice cream break. Period. The other day, the ladies spent several hours. The ladies spent several hours shopping at the market down the street. Shopping at the market down the street. Period. They had a great time. They had a great time, comma, as usual. As usual. Period. They even took a moment. They even took a moment to have an ice cream break. To have an ice cream break. Period. The other day, the ladies spent several hours shopping at the market down the street. Period. They had a great time, comma, as usual. They even took a moment to have an ice cream break. Period. The other day, the ladies spent several hours shopping at the market down the street. They had a great time, as usual. They even took a moment to have an ice cream break. Now, you know what, you guys? When I look at this dictation, I want to teach you something here. Okay, so when we look at this as usual, when as usual is at the end of a sentence, we don't really need to have a comma here. So what we can do here is we can take away this comma. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. The other day, the ladies spent several hours shopping at the market down the street. They had a great time as usual. They even took a moment to have an ice cream break. Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm going to come, in a moment, I will come back to this. Remember that if as usual is at the end of the sentence, we do not need to have a comma. So we're going to do something when I show you the verbs. Now, in this dictation, there are 3 simple past verbs. Okay, 3 simple past verbs. And I'll give you a moment to find those. And then we will also come back to this as well. Okay, so here are these simple past verbs. So we've got spent, had, and took a moment. Took a moment. So these 3 words go together as a collocation. Sometimes we have something called a collocation where 2 or more words go together. And this is a collocation right here. It's a verb collocation. Okay, now, and if you have any questions about this, let me know because I will be doing a future video on collocations. Now, in this case, what we can do is we can take as usual. I'm going to move it away from here at the back, and I'm going to move it at the front of the sentence, at the beginning of the sentence. Just bear with me for a moment, and I will explain. Okay. Okay, so in this situation, you are going to see that I move the as usual to the beginning of the sentence. If it's at the beginning of a sentence, then you need to have a comma. So let's compare these two. They had a great time as usual. They had a great time as usual, right? It's at the end of the sentence, so no comma is needed. If it's at the beginning of a sentence, then we'll put the comma. So we can say, as usual, they had a great time. As usual, they had a great time. So everyone, let me know if you've got any questions about that or anything else. Remember to leave your question in the comment section below the video. But anyways, I want to thank all of you for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. And remember, leave your comments or questions in the comment section. I will respond to your comments or your questions. And if you like this video, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care now.